Hi, everyone. Louise Kelly is my name, and I work in the international office at NUI Galway. I'm the I'm the international student officer. And I'm just going to go through a few things today that you'll need to know once you arrive in Ireland. Some important issues, but you can always go back over the information in the future. If you have any questions, you contact me directly. Okay. So I'm going to look at a couple of things, the most important of those being immigration, how you register once you get in the country. I'm going to look at how you can stay on and look for work. I'm going to look at also how you open a bank account and how you get a PPSN number, which is a public service number, which will allow you to work in Ireland. Then traveling, if you're going to do some traveling while you're here, and then how you get in touch with us. Okay. So the first one is your IRP card. So your IRP card is your Irish Residence Permit card. So this is, once you arrive in the country, you are legally required to register with immigration. So that means that you have to go to the immigration authorities and get a stamp on your passport. It's not a visa, but it is your permission to remain. And it's like a little credit card document, which you should carry with you at all times. So the things that you need to do to apply or need to have with you when you're applying are your passport, your student ID card, your registration statement, your NUI Galway registration statement with your current Galway address. So they need proof of where you live in Galway. And you can get this online at nuigalway.ie/registration. You also need comprehensive medical insurance because immigration want to be assured that if something does happen to you, that you are fully covered. And then students who come from from countries who don't need a visa to get into the country, for example, a US student who hasn't gone through a visa application process to come here, they will be asked to provide evidence of being able to support themselves in a bank account. And that's usually €3,000 or a document that outlines the fact that you are sponsored by the university or you have funding. So the GNIB prefer original documentation. And especially nowadays with pandemic restrictions, they're reluctant to handle mobile phones. So you must make sure that you have all of the documentation with you when you attend. So the address is here and the email address. It costs €300. If you stay for a year, it's 300. If you stay every year, actually, it's €300. And they accept nearly all credit debit cards. I think they don't accept American Express. They also accept bank gyro. And this year, so unlike Dublin, unlike the capital city, we have luckily a very good relationship with GNIB, and we have arranged for 2 weeks in the middle of October for your appointment to take place. So you don't need to go to immigration before then, because we will be allocating you an appointment on those weeks. Unfortunately, there's no flexibility on the appointment. When you get it, you either take it or you've got to go and make an appointment on your own at a later date when it suits you. So the really important thing to note is that all of your appointments, or your specific appointment, will be emailed to your NUI Galway email address. So you need to make sure that you're checking that once you've registered with the university, once you've paid your fees, and once you have your online account and your email. So you need medical insurance because the Irish government want to be assured that if anything happens to you, that you'll be covered. So my transitions on this slide aren't great. Apologies for that. But so just to let you know that it's obligatory, obviously, you need to have it. And we have a lot of information on our webpage, which the link is there. But just to let you know that the majority, 99% of students, choose the Medicover policy, which is offered by Study and Protect. It's the most economical, and it covers you for everything that you will need in terms of registering with immigration. The only thing it doesn't cover is any pre-existing conditions that you may have and pregnancy. But you need to read terms and conditions carefully. It may be that you decide not to go with Medicover because you have a pre-existing condition, but we have all of the other providers listed on our website. So I would strongly urge you to look there. Otherwise, as I said, Medicover policy is the most economical and it covers everything that you might need. So you'll need to have a bank account as well, because otherwise you will possibly be charged lots of extra money transferring over from your own country. So what you need to open a bank account is a registration statement with your current Galway term address. So you see this keeps coming up. It's really important that once you have registered with the university, that you put in your Galway term address and keep that with you as a printout. That proves where you live in Galway, and you'll need that for different things. You'll need it to open a bank account, but you'll also need it to register with immigration. You'll also need it, as you'll see in a few minutes, if you want to work in Ireland. So there are lots of different banks, and they will obviously will each require you to show your passport, and some banks do financial checks depending on countries that you may come from, and they all have their own specific regulations. And also running on appointment systems these days because of the pandemic. So there are two main banks, AIB and Bank of Ireland, Allied Irish Bank and Bank of Ireland. And most students decide themselves which terms and conditions suits them the best. So basically, just make sure that you have proof of your address in Galway and your passport with you when you decide which bank you're going to use. Working in Ireland. Okay, so all of you, when you come here as a student, you're legally allowed to work for 20 hours during the week, and then on holiday times you can work legally 40 hours. Okay, that applies to everybody. To do that, however, you have to have a personal public service number, a PPSN. So the application for that is online at mywelfare.ie, and it very clearly states there that you have to say or provide evidence of who you are, where you live, and why you need the PPSN number. Generally speaking, it's related to employment. You will need it if you have been offered employment. You don't get it when you're searching for employment. You just get it once you have been offered employment. You'll be able to search for a job without it, but once you get a job, you'll need it because it's for tax purposes as well. So now the graduate permit scheme. So any of you who are here and who are doing an undergrad degree or a postgrad degree, in other words, a full degree with us, if you successfully pass your program, you can stay on. If you're an undergrad for 12 months, and if you're a postgrad, you can stay on for 2 years, 24 months. Okay, so it legally allows you to remain in Ireland to look for a job, basically. Okay, so you're all eligible to apply. You have to successfully pass it, and you have to renew it every year. So it's 12 months again for a postgrad student or a PhD master student, and it's 12 months. Sorry, did I say 12? It's 24 months, 2 years for a master student and 12 for a primary degree, an undergrad, basically. Okay. And a really important website for you to keep in touch with, or to know what's going on in terms of updates due to COVID, etc., is inis.gov.ie. So all of the information that I've gone through today is all there, obviously in more detail, but I would strongly recommend that you keep an eye on that website, because it will have the latest updates, and sometimes it takes a while for them to filter down to the universities. But if you keep an eye on this website, it'll be very beneficial for you. So first of all, you need to successfully complete your degree, and then you need your examination transcript or an email from your program director to say you've successfully passed, your passport and your IRP card. So this is kind of jumping the gun. You all are just arriving into the country, and you haven't even started, never mind finish successfully. It's just really to let you know that those possibilities are there and what you will need. Okay, hopefully all of you will be eligible to apply for it and be able to stay on and use your degree in some capacity in Ireland. That's the idea. Okay, so you haven't even yet arrived into Ireland, but students who come take advantage of the fact that we're very well linked to Europe, to mainland Europe, and they go traveling. A little bit more tricky these days, but it still is possible, and you will have to do it possibly as part of your course, for a field trip or for a conference perhaps. And just to let you know that your IRP card, which when you register with immigration, that serves as your re-entry visa. But it's your responsibility then to apply for the re-entry visa by getting a letter from the international office confirming your student status. And it's your responsibility to check the requirements of the country you're going to, and to make sure you apply on time, because it's a bit of a mess these days. It was always tricky, but it's even more difficult now. So, oh, okay, I'm finished. I didn't realize. Please feel welcome to ask. That's my email address, and you can email me and I'll do my best to help you. If I don't know the answer, I'll be able to redirect you. International@NUI Galway, that's our main reception number, or sorry, main reception email, and that's the email address that you'll be requesting, let's say, letters to prove that you're registered as a student, etc. The emails coming out from with regard to your immigration appointments will be coming from there. So that's the main port of information for international students. And then our website address, which is very updated. So keep an eye on that and make sure that if you have any questions, you just ring and ask. Okay. And that's all I have to say, other than you're really welcome. Or I don't know if you're in the country yet, but you're coming and you'll get here eventually and you'll have a great time. I know you will. It's a good place to be. And yeah, just make the most of it and have a ball. Okay.